Welcome, y'all. This is Between the Horns with Aaron Horn.
Howdy, y'all. This is Between the Horns with Aaron Horn. Thank you for joining me. What's between the horns? What's between the horns? The storms of life. What does that look like? Hey, you and I both know there's a lot of storms in life. Both the storms inside of me and the storms outside of me. What does that look like? The storms outside of me, well, it's not storming today, but down in the valley, about 900 feet down in elevation, 6 miles that direction, it's foggy this morning. I don't know if it's still foggy. I mean, the sun is shining, so it may not be foggy down there now, but it was when I came up here. What does that have to do with the storms of life? I hear things. I listen. I hear myself say things. I hear others around me say things. Things like, boy, it sure would have been a beautiful day yesterday if it wouldn't have been for that wind. Oh, you know what? This is another one I hear. Yesterday sure was a crappy day. I say, why was that? It was cloudy. I hear this one. It was almost a perfect day yesterday if it wouldn't have been for the storm. I get that. I get that. I hear that. I hear it a couple different ways. That's why I'm on here talking about it. Something I'm learning. I hear us say it about the storms inside of us too. What is a storm inside of us? They all look different. Storms are very different. Some days it's cloudy. But then I also realize both the storms outside and the storms inside, if you wait 5 minutes, the weather changes. That's not always true, and I'm not minimizing heavy storms in our life. But I'm talking about as I start to change my perspective and as I start to learn and I start to come to a place trying to learn more about contentment. I hear myself say some of these things about life too. Boy, life sure would be easy if it wasn't for the storms of life, the things that are happening in me, the financial storms. That's one I have sometimes. A lot of people I know around me do. How about the relational storms of life? How about the spiritual storms of life? There's probably a lot of storms of life that happen inside of us. Some I may not even know about, but I'm learning. Sometimes if you take a pause, I realize that whether it's moving 900 feet up the valley from the valley floor up to here, how it changed my perspective. Yeah, it's not perfectly sunny. Sun's trying to break through the clouds over there, but it's also not foggy. Whether I drive up here, pardon me, this new microphone. Sorry if that made a bunch of noise. Talk about it. Sound like thunder, probably. Anywho, where was I at? Sun's trying to burn through right now. It's a beautiful day out. It's not a perfect day, but it's a beautiful day. And as I start to work on changing my perspective towards finding gratitude, I recognize that those days inside of me, where it's cloudy and where it's raining, where it's a blizzard, whatever it may be, sometimes moving my perspective or accepting, there's an acceptance. There's also a place to learn patience there. When it's not beautiful out, we can wait it out, or we can expand ourselves, where we start to maybe learn to stand in the rain, where the cloudy days start to maybe remind us to slow down. I don't know. I'm not sure. As I learn this, there's more to it. There's the blizzards that snow us in life. Those kind of storms that happen inside of us. We can't even get out of our driveway. We're snowed in. We're low on food, maybe. Phones don't work. It feels tragic. It feels chaotic. It feels traumatic. Did I already say that one? I think so. All those things that happen around us, the storms in our life, I'm not just talking about the ones where it rains for 5 minutes. Some storms last longer than we like. Storms never last, do they, baby? Want me to go on? Sad times all pass with the wind. You don't have to ask me twice. Your hand in mine stills the thunder. I don't know if I'm doing a Johnny Rodriguez or quite what I'm doing here with these hand signals while I sing, but sometimes storms do last. And I'm learning that. But I'm also learning that if I change my perspective and I get a bit of acceptance, mix that all in, big ladle, you start to realize that beautiful days can be the days when everything isn't just perfect, both outside and inside of me. Now that's some deep stuff. Gets me thinking. That's what's between the horns. Between the horns with Aaron Horn. Be quiet, busters. We're making a video.
Adios, partner. That's Between the Horns. Till next time.